Alright, time for my long overdue crypto guide. So if you don't know who I am, I'm Cheeky Classic and I've been number one crypto for quite a while now. And crypto is a very underrated legend still in Apex. Obviously, you've got people that can control gravity and phase into other dimensions, and crypto has kind of just got a drone, but I've played about 17,000 games, so I think I know what I'm doing with the drone. So I'm just going to be teaching you, giving you tips on basically how I play crypto and how I think you should be playing crypto. So for starters, his finishes. Obviously every legend has finishes. Crypto has two: the drone scan and the asset. Don't worry if you don't have the drone scan, it's not like a necessity. As you can see, he does stand upright. It is a bit shorter, but like I said, he does stand upright compared to the asset where he crouches very low. And crouching low can, you can crouch behind a cover, get the finisher off. It's obviously finishes these days are free bats, but it's either or. Both these finishes are great, honestly. As you can see, the animations are very cool. But alright, moving on to the next tip.
There's only one thing you need to know to survive, and that's everything.
So Apex is obviously a third-person shooter, but crypto has one of the pretty much the cleanest animations. He runs around with his hands in his pocket, which is just the coolest thing in the world, let's be real. But it's very nice. His slide, his jumping, his running animation, it's all very hard to hit. Crypto is a lot about positioning and movement. Without those two things, this legend is extremely hard to play. But its animations really help you with that. Sliding into cover, peeking into cover, it's all very, very smooth, honestly. I've just got to point that out. That's one thing to point out. Crypto is literally a badass. So a lot of people ask me, Cheeky, how do you do that thing with the drone? Well, this is how I do that thing with the drone. So Crypto's animation is only 1.5 seconds now to put out the drone, but that's still a long time. So there's ways to instantly go about this. The first way is to climb, and as soon as you climb, input your drone. This is going to instantly pull out your drone and allow you to start scanning right away. However, it does leave you covered because it skips the climbing animation as well. But the holo spray way is the most efficient by far. You have to throw your drone and holo spray at the same time. This may get patched in the future as crypto does have a rework, but for now, use it and keep yourself prepared. So that tip I just showed you, you're going to see me use it a lot in this video, as it really makes crypto just so much more viable, honestly. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure if the devs has hinted that a rework is coming. I'm not sure if they're planning on fixing this, because the devs are aware that this is a thing, but it honestly helps crypto so much. So you're going to be seeing me use that drone thing a lot throughout the video, especially since when I'm breaking down 1v3s and just genuine just fights anyway. Please ignore my face. My face might pop up a lot in this video. But here's the first usage of the drone, which I like to call just the standard bread and butter. So when EMPing teams, always try to leave your drone up above them within that 30-meter mark. This way, it sometimes may get destroyed, but sometimes your enemies will try and look up and shoot the drone, and as you can see there, you could punish it. You could punish that. So always try and aim your drone above your enemies after you EMP. Like I said, may get destroyed, but you can punish it getting destroyed. And that knock is gonna win you the fight. So this next tip I like to call drone baiting, drone fishing. I don't really have a name for it, but it's basically where you use your drone pretty much in front of your enemy's face to get them to overextend themselves out of cover. This works for all type of players, honestly. I go up against very sweaty players who this works against, because crypto is really respected. So it works against pretty much everyone. So in this clip here, I came across a squad, and I got scanned by the Bloodhound, so the whole squad obviously knew where I was. I entered my drone, and the Bloodhound decided to try and push me, but obviously because I'm behind cover, it's just an easy one clip, and this works on multiple skill levels, honestly. Multiple skill levels, multiple scenarios. As long as you're behind cover and you've got the drone out in their face, you're going to get pushed and you can get that knock. So sometimes when you're crypto, you're going to be getting chased quite a bit, and literally the only way you're getting out of these situations is with the drone. So in this clip I had EMP ready, which EMP can be used defensively as well, to buy you some time. So here I took out my drone, EMP'd, and I can pop a bat. By the time the EMP's finished, I've already got the stun on the guy, and I popped my bat. The drone was up in a good position here, and it allowed me to play around the cover with the rock, and it allowed me to pretty much win this 2v1, which would have been seemingly unwinnable if I obviously didn't have the tools that crypto provided. So this next tip is, crypto doesn't really fare well against high ground, but pretty much when there's teams camping on top of high spots in Olympus, World's Edge, even some parts of King's Canyon, you have to pretty much take the jump tower and abuse these out of bounds spots to and launch the EMP and kind of drop down on them. And this is the only thing you can pretty much do against squads camping up in high ground. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because you are putting yourself into a 1v3 unless you are very, very coordinated with your team. But you know, these guys should have been more prepared. I was.
Yeah, I don't know how they lost that, but we take it.
So when you're fighting other cryptos, you typically want to be the first crypto to EMP, because you destroy the other crypto's drone, and then you've got 40 seconds to win the fight. And normally in those 40 seconds, you're going to win the fight. So try and be the first crypto to EMP. If not, GG's. So right here isn't the best clip, but it's just an example of just trying to get your drone out. Try to get into that mentality and that habit of just getting your drone out with every single fight, because you'll have time, hopefully. So here my drone is still up, and because I'm applying enough pressure, it's not getting destroyed. Obviously I'm not really doing much here, but because my drone's still up, my teammates do have that information as well. They have the same information that I have, so they're allowed to, as you can see, the Pathfinder knows exactly where to push. So just get into the habit of just keeping the drone up and getting it out as soon as you can. Even if you don't get the full value, and even if you want to go for the kills, just keep it up. So this clip is a perfect example of how EMP can actually win 3v1s and how not to counter an EMP. So this Horizon ends up dropping a shield, and that doesn't work anymore. I don't know if people still do that or if you still do that, but don't drop your shields to counter EMP. You're still going to take the damage. But as you can see here, I was able to get a quick EMP off thanks to the the glitch, and they all reacted to it differently, which means they all split off and pressure, and I was able to get nice solid 1v1s. So always try to capitalize off the EMP as much as possible, really, because when you initially do it, teams will react differently.
Shield against an EMP in 2021 of Apex.
So again here, about EMP winning 1v3s, literally all players will react differently to the EMP unless they're literally all on comms. Come on. So right here, I'm getting third partied. Luckily I have my EMP. I'm able to get it off, stun the Bloodhound, easy knock, and I pretty much win the fight thanks to the EMP. And the drone, like I said, I kept it up in the air, so it's going to continue to give me knowledge. I see you, Ray.
Sorry, bro. My fucking mom came in.
Got the banner. I'm not giving up on them. Got the banner. Throw my grenade out.
Nice, bro.
So when it comes to weapon choices with crypto, you kind of want to be fighting around that mid-range sweet spot, just because you don't have any escape abilities and you don't want the enemies to be too close, just because it's very hard to reset the fight if you take too much damage. But something to deal with the aggressive Horizons, the aggressive Race, the aggressive Pathfinders up close is kind of nice. Just run whatever you feel comfortable with, but also try to make sure you're prioritizing that mid-range spot, because that's where Crypto excels at. I've been really kind of liking the 301 wingman, R9 wingman, but honestly it's all up to you.
Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
So that's pretty much everything I do with Crypto. That isn't, you know, pretty much, I guess, straight up common knowledge. The drone baiting, the using the EMP to force 1v1s after a 3v1, or to punish people that overextend and mess up and don't react well to the EMP. Weapon choices is all personal preference. I have missed out a couple things, like your drone can actually scan through some glass on Olympus and World's Edge. I haven't found every single spot, but there are a couple spots, and also there's a couple spots where your drone will just scan through the little gaps, which is kind of useful, since, you know, sometimes the drone will be undestroyable unless they break line of sight, which is punishable. Caustic gas does actually destroy Crypto's drone as well if you leave your drone in the gas for too long. Horizon ult sucks Crypto's drone in, but apart from that, that's pretty much everything. That's how I play Crypto. But other than that, the more you play this legend, the more you'll start to be prepared, and the more you'll be like, oh, hang on, Tricky, you didn't say this. And I'll be like, oh, well, you're correct. But take care, and thank you for sticking around with the guide.
Your security.
Be so prepared.